Hello students. Today in this video we will cover the second chapter of your English literature book, that is Granny's Tree Climbing. This is a poem and it is written by Ruskin Bond. Before I proceed with the explanation of the poem, I would like to ask you a few questions. Are you ready to answer? Okay, tell me, which task do you associate with your grandmother? Okay, you have thought of cooking. Some of you would say knitting, sewing, preparing pickles, climbing trees. Climbing trees? Oh, really? Does your grandmother climb trees? Really? Isn't that astonishing? How can grandmothers climb trees? It is really amazing. Okay, my second question to you is, have you ever climbed a tree? If yes, then tell me, did you find the task easy and enjoyable or difficult? Okay, some of you would say it was enjoyable. Some of you would say, I had a terrible fall. I fell on the ground. And yes, here we proceed with the explanation of the poem, that is Granny's Tree Climbing, written by Ruskin Bond. Let us read the poem. My grandmother was a genius. You would like to know why? Because she could climb trees, spreading or high. She would be up their branches in a trice. And mind you, when last she climbed a tree, she was 62. Ever since childhood, she had this gift for being happier in a tree than in a lift. And though, as years went by, she would be told, okay, here I do the explanation. My grandmother was a genius. The poet Ruskin Bond says that his grandmother was a genius. Now, he is leaving a question for us, and that is that do we want to know why the grandmother was genius? Because she could climb trees. Yes, she could climb trees. She could go high. She could go on the higher branches of the tree. She would be up their branches in a trice. And in what pace she would move up? In a trice. In a trice means very quickly she would move up. And mind you, and yes, to our surprise, when last she climbed a tree, she was 62. And yes, she was 62 years old when she last climbed a tree. And ever since childhood, she had this gift. Which gift? Which gift the poet is talking about? The gift, the talent of climbing trees. Yes, she had the talent of climbing trees. We're talking about poet's grandmother. Ever since her childhood, she had this gift for being happier in a tree than in a lift. And she had always wanted to be on the trees. And though as years went by, she would be told that climbing trees should stop when one grew old. And yes, all the family members, they would say to her that now she was grown old and she should stop climbing trees, and that growing old should be gone about gracefully.